Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week in Destiny, we have no intro. But the bullet points about that early Rite of the 9. Act 2 has arrived. Upgrading your Guardian Games class item. A bit more on PvP tuning. Removing exclusive full screen. Sundered Doctrine show match winners. Guardian Games Rushdown Roulette update. Check our latest Bungie rewards. Let's celebrate Women's History Month. And the next bounty for good is here. Well, that happened. Tuesday was full of surprises, wasn't it? Act 2 shipped with new activities, rewards, story content, plus Guardian Games went live, and somehow the 9 decided to throw a wrench in our machine with an early preview for Rite of the 9. Their will is their own. As for how this happened, we'll keep it short and sweet. Some of the earliest iterations of our Rite of the 9 activities snuck their way into update 8.2.5. Most of what was seen was placeholder, weapon rewards, all feature temporary art, and fake perk rolls. So for those of us that have, like myself, I got an incandescent shotgun that is void and it was doing double elemental damage. It's not supposed to be there. Okay, people were like, oh my god, they're finally doing it. They're merging elements together outside of Prismatic. The user interface is not what we're planning to ship, and difficulty options don't have the tuning passes that we plan for Explorer Eternity and Ultimatum modes. While this was a fun moment for players to explore what we're planning, we're very much looking forward to everyone getting their hands on the finished activities. We hope you enjoyed this little unplanned surprise, even if it doesn't represent the whole package. Pardon our dust. As a final note, for all of you who got your hands on weapon rewards early, we won't be removing them from your inventory. When Rite of the 9 ships, perk rolls will be updated across the board to prevent some rule-breaking combinations. Incandescent or chill clip on a voice shotgun, for example. But you still retain these rewards on launch day. Well, damn it, baby. It pays to be cheesy, man. Stay tuned for future announcements on the actual Rite of the 9 launch date. I'm actually really curious to know what roles they're going to convert to. But for the time being, yeah. I mean, look, and let me just say, like, none of these weapons are exactly game breaking. I've got this hand cannon. It's all right. You know, I think the main thing that everyone takes note of is that they like the way it looks. Everyone's like just really, for some reason, likes this most basic ass Roblox looking weapon. And then other things that are like kind of funky is like Gravity Well, for instance. It's like working as subjugation inside of PvEs. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's a buggy weapon for sure. They're all buggy, but the roles that we have here on these weapons are not supposed to be in existence. All right, how's Act 2 treating you? In other news, Act 2 of Heresy is here, so we expect everyone to be up to date with the current storyline involving Eris, Drifter, Sloan, and a certain Echo of Navigation and his wicked sisters. To better understand the new developments, jump into Court of Blades, a new activity with more than 20 bosses to defeat and 5 new weapons from the heretical arsenal to earn. There's also a new catalyst for Barrow Diet, so it's the perfect time to go back to the exotic mission if you haven't, and then unfold more of the forbidden secrets kept in the Dreadnought. On top of the episodic content, we also have Moments of Triumph with new in-game rewards to earn and real-world goodies to unlock. I'm really enjoying Court of Blades, by the way. I don't know, I just think it's really good to just have like, hey, yes, you can do the mechanics, but if you have the ability to just shred through the bosses, you can, if you've got the right setup. Microcosm is goated for, especially for subjugators, but it's been a good time so far. At the same time, we're celebrating Guardian Games, the event where hunters, warlocks, and titans tell each other how much they love them, and the more explosive, and the more, wait, hold on. Let me reread this again. What did you just say? Hunters, warlocks, and titans tell each other how much they love them, and the more explosive and even some non-violent ways. Okay, so it's just a double typo here. In the more explosive and even some non-violent ways. We have a new Rushdown game mode, a new trace rifle to earn, and many other items to get while you show your class colors. Last but not least, the new Lotus Eater rocket sidearm, as well as double rewards and increased reputation, are now available in Nightfalls, including the Grandmaster version of those at once adepts. There's a lot going on in Destiny 2, and there's more to come. Act 3 will be here in less than 3 weeks. There's a new heavy metal PvP game mode coming after, and then it's time for Rite of the 9, a new event that brings a twist to some fan favorite dungeons and their weapon rewards. All right, upgrading your Guardian Game class item. In order for everyone to show how proud they are of being a hunter, a warlock, or a titan during Guardian Games, wearing the respective Guardian Games cloak, bond, or mark is a requirement for the next 3 weeks. It's beautiful and it's totally worth, but it also means not using your trusty Artifice class item that adds just the right number of extra points for that stat that rounds your favorite build. Well, good news, when update 8.2.5 arrives next week, we are upgrading everyone's Guardian Games class item to Artifice Armor. In other words, they'll have the extra slot to increase the stat of your choice by 3 points. Now you only have to focus on defeating the other 2 classes. It's interesting. I thought you could just go over here to Eva right now and
the traveler will always triumph.
Are they saying that the previous, like if you bought the, the one she gives out, automatically be Artifice? Yeah, so for those that don't know, on the second page here at Eva, you literally just scroll over and boom, you've got an Artifice class item right there that you can pick up. My first one has already turned Artifice. So this is the one that I upgraded the other day. It's not Artifice. This is the one that she gave me for the quest, but this one is Artifice. So, but you can just pick one up right there from Eva. Another PvP tuning preview. Over the last few weeks, we've been watching and engaging with combat in the Crucible and taking some notes. We recently taken a pass on Bolt Charge due to higher damage than intended in PvP. And with update 8.2.5 this week, we've released some changes for Registry stock, lightweight pulse rifles on the prowl, and smoke effects. We already shared this information in our social media channels. For those of you who need a refresher or not terminally online, here you have it. Okay, so snap skating, Warlock snap skating is an unintended movement technique that gives players some great advantages in map control and general movement during combat. While this can be enjoyable and fun to master, this presents some rough balance issues within the PvP space, not just 3v3 modes, but 6v6 as well. Additionally, this is creating issues with the readability of opponents mid-combat. Guardian bodies can become warp stretch when skating, making it very difficult to fight opponents mid-skate. In a future patch, we plan to address this. We actually covered this in the tweet the other day, guys, but if you hadn't seen it, we'll just keep reading on. Closing time. The closing time perk grants some great stats when your magazine is low, especially when enhanced on special ammo weapons. As players always spawn in with low special ammo, for now, wink wink, these stat buffs are almost always on in the Crucible, making various weapons perform a bit too well in 1v1 combat. Zealot's Reward, as an example, can hit some pretty far ranges thanks to this perk and the always-on nature of its functionality. We plan to tune this perk specifically on special weapons in a future patch. Let me just say this, guys. Remind me to play with Zealot's Reward this week when we play Trials. Might as well get the full effect, the full experience before this gets adjusted, right? Thank you, Zealots. I dislike you, Zealots. Dude, it can mount. It is very, very good. It surprises me every time because it's just so fast. It's so fast and has such good reach. Now, Hipfire Exotics, Tommy's matchbook has become a frequent conversation among our online community, and rightly so. For many years, this weapon has been a bit of a sleeper in terms of strength of its baseline and improved hipfire functionality. With the recent changes to Radiant Dance Machines, we're seeing more hunters pulling this exotic out for some silly hipfire-only builds. Like we did with Deadman's Tale and Last Word, we're going to tune this interaction in 8.2.5.1, and we'll have more details in the future tweet. Now, we also are re-enabling Deadman's Tale and The Last Word to interact with Radiant Dance Machines with a much more limited set of buffs that do not increase range, but still provide them with some amount of increased accuracy. Again, I said it the other day, man, as strong as like Tommy's matchbook is with Radiant Dance Machines, dude, Last Word with Radiant Dance Machines was bust, like way stronger in my opinion. I feel like with Tommy's matchbook, I still have some ability there to combat them. That's all Last Word needs. Last Word doesn't need much, exactly. So if they're about to re-enable this, dude, it doesn't need much. You give it a little more, just a little bit of accuracy, brother. I mean, the range was nice though. The range was nice. Radiant Dance Machines have surged in popularity in Crucible since the rework, but the increased usage has not been unilateral. In fact, we see nearly 3 times the adoption on mouse and keyboard compared to controller. Now, the recent issue with low star's hipfire precision aim assist being significantly higher on mouse and keyboard than controller, we dug deeper into Radiant Dance Machine setup and realized that the same issue is present, albeit in a less significant amount. In 8.2.5.1, we will be normalizing the precision angle thresholds bonus provided by the accuracy buff between controller and mouse and keyboard when using Radiant Dance Machines, and I've also corrected the issue in a few other places that it could appear. For example, the legacy frame intrinsic on Registry stock and BXR 55 Battler. This will reduce the ease of getting critical hits when hip firing on mouse and keyboard when paired with one of these items, and should bring the effectiveness more in line with controller. We'll see. We'll see. It's just naturally easier to land hip fire shots in just about every game from mouse and keyboard. You know what I mean? That's just the nature of it, but we'll check it out. Map lighting. Regarding lighting, we've been watching the conversation around a recent Trials with Cyrus weekend featuring Solitude. There are a few spaces on the map, doors specifically, where players can feel blinded by exterior lighting or have difficulty identifying enemy barricades due to the warm lighting of Mars. As such, this map won't be featured in Trials for the remainder of the episode. We're also looking at examples of other maps having rough spots where it can be hard to see. While we can't promise immediate action or changes, we're looking to get some bugs filed for future opportunities to either tune the lighting or make changes to help combat in those spaces. I don't know, man. It was an issue with Burning Shrine. It was essentially burnout now. It doesn't bother me that much, but to each their own. Removing exclusive full screen. We want to share some news today about an update coming to the PC version of Destiny 2 when Codename Frontiers launches later this year. As you can guess by the title of this section, we plan to remove the exclusive full screen option in favor of windowed full screen, which will be renamed to full screen then. The windowed and borderless window options will stay as they are now. The reason for this change is simple. Our technology partners recommend this update as it offers performance that is as good, if not better, than the traditional exclusive full screen option. It also allows for faster alt-tab switching, which we know is very important for many Destiny players that use third-party tools and websites, and a better integration with modern display features. This way, we can simply simplify development and focus on fixes and improvements that matter most. This new full screen mode will handle resolution changes identically to how the current one does, and once the update is live, players that were using either exclusive full screen or window full screen will switch to the new setting automatically. So I already play at window full screen. So for instance, like this right here, this is where I play at, and that way I can move my mouse over here and grab something off a dim, come right back. I don't really know. I think for a long time I thought that when you exclusively chose full screen and just like lock things in, that led to better performance, but I get the same performance across both options. So I don't know. I think the other thing is like, what about G-Sync and other things like, but I just keep it on for everything at this point. And the winners are, over the course of Act 1, streamers from 14 regions participated in the Sundered Doctrine show match, where the winning regional teams had 2 hours to run Sundered Doctrine as quickly as they could. The winners have been crowned. We're pleased to announce that the team from the Middle East, composed of Special Hero, Quasar, and Reverence, took the top spot with a whoppingly speedy time of 11 minutes 26 seconds. Good God, dude, that's cooking. I think our best run was like what, 17 minutes at most, and I thought there was no way we could trim it down any further. The team will be receiving a full set of Sundered Doctrine Bungie reward items available from the Bungie store, and 200 tier 1 Twitch gifted subscriptions each if eligible. How did your fire team do? Do you have a better time than our creators? Share your clips with us. All right, Guardian Games Rushdown Roulette. Last week, we announced a fun activity taking place with our creator teams. The Guardian Games Rushdown Roulette teams are streaming across this week, so check out their streams to see how they're faring and cheer on your favorite class. If you'd like to participate as well, we'd love to share the gift with you to play around with. Of course, you won't be in the official competition, so we won't be able to spin the prize and gifts for you, but we hope you have fun anyways. Oh, that's nice. It actually chooses the encounters and stuff for you. Different modifiers. Nice. These are the teams, by the way, guys. Oh my God, some gamers. Absolute gamers right here. All right. We got new stuff in the Bungie store. Hallelujah. Yes. This is what we want. What is this? On top of our Bungie rewards today, we are also incredibly happy to announce our latest collaboration with our partner Sprayground. In our continued celebration of Destiny's 10-year anniversary, we launched 2 bags to celebrate Destiny themes. The first, Light Lunar installation on the moon, and the Generalist Ghost Shell featuring iconic Destiny radios and class icons. These bat bags are the perfect accessory for little lights and the most fashionable of Guardians. Oh, cute. Celebrate Women's History Month with us. Happy Women's History Month. The Women at Bungie Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity Association is celebrating the occasion with the Empowered Voice emblem. We're excited to support Women in Games International, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to cultivate resources that advance economic equality and diversity in global games industry. Oh, it's that emblem. Okay. In honor of Women's History Month, everyone that makes a $10 donation to the Women in Games International through the Bungie Foundation campaign will earn the Empowered Voices emblem for Destiny 2 through March 31st, 2025. All net proceeds will go to the Women's in Games International. All right, ready for Bounty Good? Bounty for Good. The wait is finally over. Our Bungie Bounty for Good of 2025 is happening next week. Join us on our Twitch channel Wednesday, March the 19th at 10 a.m. Pacific. We once again will be hopping into the Crucible, taking on challenges and raising money for a good cause. This month, we are supporting Women in Games International. Join us to meet a couple of the Bungie folks who support the Bungie Foundation, as well as our new community events manager. Those who help us win matches in the Crucible or fairly defeat us will earn the Bounty of Good emblem. Nice. All right, other known issues. When speaking to a vendor, you can hear their ambient dialogue. Onyx Entry sometimes does a chain lightning enemies. Dude, that's been going on for so long. Steps 6 and 9 of the Drowning Labyrinth quests aren't able to be completed by some players due to this quest being a fix between character scoped and account scope. If you have an alternate character and make progress on the quest, you need to play on that character to get back into the correct research paper level for your main character. Some of the same issues that's pretty much been here now for weeks. The Lotus Eater Rockets item shows incorrect numbers in its kill tracker. Oh yeah, some people were getting Lotus Eater with like 3,000 kills on it or something. I think someone even got like 40,000 kills on theirs. Guardian Games Rushdown completion chest does not have a waypoint indicator on its location. For daily balance, only show the progress bar for one element. This would not affect progress. Weekly milestone quest is partially cut off when viewed on the detail screen. Taking Flight is the name of the new holo chip and exotic ship. The ship will be renamed in a future update. All right. And those are the Art of the Week, Movie of the Week picks. As a final note here from Bungie, and we are done. There's a lot going on with Act 2, but remember the Guardian Games are on and you have to make your class proud no matter the cost, particularly Warlocks and Titans. You just can't let Hunters win again. You hear me? Who's behind me? Oh, Crow. How are you doing? Mr. Important Hunter Vanguard. Why are you giving me that Aldrin look all of a sudden? I wish he would, man. You know, honestly, like, I don't like hunters, but if Aldrin decided to just, I don't know, overthrow the tower, slit a couple throats, I'm down for it. How's your sister anyway? Oh my God, the Destiny community team. All right, that's your TWAB, guys.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.